So hey, guess what? This Sunday was the first Sunday of football season. I'm so excited. I had my pumpkin shipyard. We got home. My husband and I had a nice little date, and then this happened. If you try those little apps on your iPhone, it's pretty scary. Especially when I realize I look just like my little brother. Oh my goodness. So we're going to cover this alcohol ink pumpkin today for our little warm-up painting. So stick around and I'll show you all the details. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I have new videos every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you click that subscribe button and click the little bell and you'll never miss one. I do have full online classes. You can find them over there at my website at kellylynnart.com. where I have over 2,500 students in 85 different countries and over 24 online classes that have lifetime access. So if you'd like to help support my YouTube channel, you can head over there and try one out. I think on my website they're anywhere from $30 to $40 US, and they're always on sale. So you guys know how I love to keep things real, and I gave you that embarrassing picture just to make your Tuesday morning so you can laugh, because you know what? Laughing is a good thing. And I do it all the time. So we're going to go with this little pumpkin here for our warm-up painting today. I decided to do alcohol inks. I do have a new course coming out very shortly. We're just waiting for an approval on it, and it's going to be out. It's going to be the new birch bark one with alcohol inks. So that'll be fun. So I look forward to sending that out. Make sure you sign up for my email newsletter because I do have a special offer for my subscribers on there. And I will give you the link up above here on the right hand side. Just click that white bar and I'll also put it down below for you just in case in the comment section. So we've sketched this in a very light sketch. I am using mineral paper again today, and I have a little foam backer board that I'm doing this on. Usually I tape these down, but I'm just letting it loose today. It's early morning and I have been playing over the weekend, like I said, watching some football games and just enjoying the first day of fall. It's been cool here. So pumpkin beer, football, and an alcohol ink pumpkin. That's what I've decided to do this morning. So I'm going to be using the Pinata and Jacquard inks again, and I'm going to be using the orange for this along with a water brush. Now I've talked about these before. I love these. I do not fill them up with water. I fill them up with 91% alcohol, and I can just use that to use it as a blender pen more or less. So I've just put a couple of drops of the orange down here, and we're just going to shape that around. Now this brush is a fairly good size one. They come in a little kit. I think it was 4 or 5, and I've been using these things for a while now, and they're great. They stay nice and wet, and you don't have to keep dipping your brush in alcohol or re-wetting anything. And you can see all the texture that you get here just naturally by using the alcohol along with that. I have a couple other videos that I use the watercolor brush that I'll link up here for you if you want to check those out as well. If I want to shape this out a little bit bigger, I can do that and just spread those inks right out. And this is always the fun part, trying to get that shape of a pumpkin. But you really can't go wrong because pumpkins grow all different shapes. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the perfect little pumpkin. So I'm going to leave a little space up at the top there for the little stem. And I'm still trying to shape this in. Now you can see on the left side here where that's bloomed a little bit. That's just from the alcohol. So I'm going to just set that aside for a second and pick up my regular brush here and see if we can just smooth that out a little bit. And see how easy that is? So if you get any of those little rough edges like that, really easy to do. And it's usually the alcohol that does that. It just tends to bloom out on the sides a little bit. But as long as it's wet, you could take your brush right around it and just contain that right in there. So I've got a little piece of paper over here on the side. I'm just going to dot this and pick up a little bit more color here. Now you can see it's a lot darker here because there's no alcohol, or 91% alcohol in here. So we can add a little bit of shadow in here, a little bit more of a darker shade. And you can see where it's dried already, so it's leaving a little bit of a mark here, more of a line. We'll add a little bit more because that's drying right up in that little palette. You can see how fast alcohol ink dries. It dries so quick. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on if you're a fast painter or not. If you're a slow painter, this is can be very frustrating. So this is why this is a great little warm-up. It makes you move a little faster. So I'm going to continue with this one here. We're going to be grabbing the green in a second and putting in the stem while this orange dries. So I'm just curious, how many of you guys like pumpkin coffee, pumpkin beer, pumpkin candles? Let me know, leave me a comment down below. I'm a fan of all three, but I think I like the candles the best. So we're going to be using some rainforest green next. We're going to put another little drop on the paper. And you'll notice that I usually will put the lids back on my alcohol inks just to have it so I don't knock it over and cause any problems in my painting. I've done that a number of times in the past, so learn from my mistakes. Try not to do that. So I'm painting my stem in here. It's getting a little bit bigger than what I wanted. You watch it here, it's gonna grow on me. So start small, and you probably heard me say this before, you can always make it bigger, but you can't make it smaller. So as I said, start small and it will grow on you as you try to either straighten something out or change the color or move it in a different way. I'm going to add a little bit of that darker color to the bottom here so it looks almost like a little shadow. You know what, you could almost be done at this point, but you know me, I like to play. This is a warm-up, so sometimes it will take me in a different direction. And I just go with it because this doesn't have to be a great painting. This is just more about practicing, learning, exploring, just being creative. So I've decided to add a little bit of green in here. I added a little bit of the isopropyl alcohol to that from the water brush pen just to reactivate it a little bit. And I'm just going to put a little bit of lines in here just to give it a little bit more drama. And it looks so. And keep working with it. I think I want to go a little bit more whimsical. So we're going to try something else here. This is just alcohol in this little squirt bottle here. This is a great way with a little needle here just to add a tiny bit to your painting. So I usually keep that on hand. So I decided just to lighten this up a little bit, maybe give it a little highlight in here. Not really a fan of that real dark green line, so I'm just going to blend that a little bit more. And now I am just going to clean this out. So you can see I just squeezed that brush just to get a little bit of that color out of there. I'm just going to soften this just a little bit more. Now remember, green and orange will make brown. So try not to get it too muddied. Now this will also lighten, of course, using that isopropyl alcohol in there. And I'm just going to wait it out a second here just to see what it's going to do, how much lighter it's going to be. And then you can almost really lift the paint right out of here. And if I take a little paper towel, I can wipe that off on the side. A little bit better. So now I think I'm going to grab a black Sharpie. No, I'm not. I'm going to add the shadow first. I gotta change my mind midstream. Put a little shadow down there, and I think I want to blend that out just a little bit more here. Can soften that, just give it a little bit of illusion here. Now you will see also coming up soon, I'm doing a collab video with another Skillshare artist. I'm really excited. Going to be doing a pear from her class, so that's going to be coming up hopefully in the next few weeks. I'm going to show you what I did there, and she's trying out one of mine, so we're having lots of fun here. So anyway, she had done her pear on a little table, so I thought I would put a little shadow in here as well. So I'm just going to grab my blow dryer here and quickly blow dry this to give it a quick dry. And you can see my little piece of paper is flying all over the place before that hits the ground. I'm going to grab it here in a second. It's almost dry anyway. It's going to blow away. There. Get that out of the way. So this is all a dry. And again, this can be fine just as is, but you know me, trying things out again. Let's take it to another level here. I've decided I'm going to add a little bit of splatter on here with the blue. I was going to go with purple, which I like the idea of purple. Again, purple and orange will make brown, so I'm opting for blue instead. This is the Baja blue, so it's got a little bit of a green tint to it. This is a really pretty color. And I'm going to squirt just a little bit of this on that piece of paper again here. And I'm going to grab my watercolor brush, because the watercolor brush has a little bit of alcohol in there. It'll thin that out a little bit and won't be quite as stark. And I'm just going to pick that up right with the end of that watercolor brush. We'll absorb that and then just tap. And you get nice little splatters in here. I'm a big fan of splatters. This is where I get my little whimsical look here going on. And then I've decided to add a little bit of details here with a black Sharpie. I'm going to get this one going. It's a little stuck here, so got that little piece of paper, just scribble a little bit, and I'm going for a darker shadow underneath here. And then I'm going to add just a few little bit more embellishments, a couple little doodles. And oh, I did want to tell you too, there is a bonus section. I don't know if you guys saw the flower video that I did for Skillshare. Well, I also teach on Udemy as well as Skillshare, and Skillshare has a little bit shorter classes, and it's a little bit different than Udemy. Skillshare is a monthly plan or a yearly plan, whereas Udemy you pay for each class separately. So I've been doing some shorter classes on Skillshare, and I was able to take the flower painting that I did last week with the alcohol ink and add that as a little extra class attached to the birch tree class that's coming up. So that's going to be in there as well for you. So if you are a member of Udemy and not a member of Skillshare, you can still take that flower course there as well. Fortunately, it's just a little bit too long, and I have not put that one on, or I'm not going to be putting the birch bark one on Skillshare. That's going to be just a Udemy class, because Udemy classes are a little bit longer lectures and they have lifetime access there. So